Hey guys, welcome back to Patch Fruit, and you know what we're getting into, so let's just get right into it. Alright, here are our tiers for today. We got Goated, we got Gucci, we got Mid, and we got YOY, and we haven't seen, and I think these just recent films that I have not watched, but I have seen basically all the movies after that. So let's just get right into it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Volume 2 is Gucci. People aren't as big of fans of course, the first one. But I had a good time. It's very emotional at the end. It's very good. I would say definitely not as good as the first one, but it still has its charm, and it's definitely not mid. So, Gucci it is. We got Ant-Man. Ant-Man's kind of mid. It's good. It's not bad. It's just kind of in the middle there. It's mid, yeah. It's not a bad thing to be mid, you know? Yeah, I don't know much to say about Ant-Man other than Paul Rudd is a good Ant-Man. Just usually I enjoy him more in non-Ant-Man movies than actually Ant-Man. I think all Paul Rudd Ant-Man is worse than just him cameoing in a movie. Avengers Age of Ultron is also mid. I think this is the weakest of all the Avengers movies, which I don't think is a uncommon opinion, but I feel like this movie, of course, makes sense to have in the universe. I know it's more of a setup movie more than anything. It sets up Civil War and what happens throughout the MCU, and it's not really like, I don't know, it's kind of fun to see all their interactions. That's definitely the best part of the movie, is just seeing their relationships grow and stuff like that. But other than that, it's okay. The original Avengers, goated. That movie, I remember being in cinemas and watching it, and we had to be in the front row. The place was packed, that the only place that we could sit is the front row. And I remember seeing the aliens that are already big, the worm ones, and seeing them up close. I was like, it was very overwhelming. But since then, I mean, that movie is so good. It's great, and it's fun to go back and watch for sure. I suggest you do so. Ant-Man and the Wasp is right next to the other Ant-Man. It's not bad by any stretch of the means. It's also not great. This one I can definitively say is not great. But it's watchable. It is for sure watchable. Black Panther is also Gucci. I know the movie is very loved, very beloved movie by many people, but I didn't really get it. Probably because the movie theater I went to oversold the seats, so we had to basically stand for most of the movie. That could have been my bad experience with the movie and why I'm not as much of a fan as others. But I mean, it's still Gucci. It's still not bad at all. It's a great film, great characters, great moments. But I don't think it's as good like Rotten Tomatoes says. Rotten Tomatoes has this movie above a movie that came out at the same time, and I disagree so much with that. And I think that's also another reason why I don't consider it goated like some other films. Captain America the Winter Soldier, I'm pretty sure, or is that the first Avenger? This is the first Avenger. First Avenger is mid. I will say I enjoy this movie a lot more than I think other people do. I would even consider maybe putting it in Gucci, but compared to other Marvel films, it really isn't. You know what? I'm gonna put it in Gucci. I'm gonna stand my ground. I just didn't want people to be like, "Wow, we put First Avenger." No, I'm gonna stand my ground. I love this movie. I think it's Gucci. I think it's really good. A lot more than people give it credit for. For the longest time, I thought Captain America had the best trilogy out of all the trilogies in the Marvel Universe, in the MCU. So, and this movie is definitely a part of that. So, yeah. Captain America Civil War. Captain America Civil War is, of course, goated. With hands down goated. I mean, what can I say? This was definitely my favorite Marvel movie for a long time. I mean, the acting in it is great. The villain is so different and so engaging to, like, really see what he's doing, and the manipulation mentally instead of physically is so great to see, because all the action is from a villain is not needed because of, well, they're fighting each other, the Civil War, of course. So the movie is handled very well. Captain Marvel isn't bad. That's my hot take for today. Captain Marvel isn't bad. It's also not mid. So it goes in the bad. It goes in the bad tier. I mean, it's not bad or anything, but like, it's not memorable either. I can't remember one thing in Captain Marvel. I sat in that movie theater and I cannot tell you one thing about that movie. So that's not a good thing either. This is the second Thor movie also. Yeah, the second Thor movie is worse than Captain Marvel, but I still can't remember a single thing about Captain Marvel. So they both go in the bad tier. Doctor Strange is Gucci. Doctor Strange is a good movie. I would say that Doctor Strange is very, for a cinematography dick sucker as myself, which is a very harsh way of saying that, but it is true. This movie's great. They do some amazing stuff in that movie. This is Avengers End Game. Avengers End Game is top of Gucci. I think there's too much happening in the movie for it to be goated. Like, they have to make too many things work together, and they focus on some things and don't focus on other things, which I don't understand sometimes. Like, okay, cool, women empowerment, cool. I love that. I don't love that scene. I dislike that scene, because, like, I agree with the sentiment, but to have that in the movie, but other things not, that are definitely, the Russo brothers definitely would have rather had, I personally think it's kind of shitty, but maybe they didn't. I don't know. I can't read their minds, but the movie's good. The movie's good. It's Gucci. It's still not bad. I think watching it for the first time is hype and everything, but if you watch it the second time, it doesn't hit as the same. I would suggest you do so. Thor Ragnarok is my favorite Marvel movie, so it's in the top of Godin. It is my favorite Marvel movie, hands down. No other movie is quite like it. It is kind of Guardians of the Galaxy, yes, but Taika Waititi is a great, amazing director, and that movie has such a presence to it that is not in any other Marvel movie for me personally. So I love that movie. But Guardians of the Galaxy, also a movie that you said similar, is also in goated tier. I mean, that movie is special. It is definitely a career maker for a couple people in the movie for sure. And I mean, what else can I say except for the movie is special for a lot of people. But The Incredible Hulk, though, who remembers The Incredible Hulk? No one does. More memorable than Captain Marvel, I can tell you that. But that movie has no significance in the MCU at all. It doesn't even exist in it at all, and people don't care. Alright, we got the 3 Iron Man movies right here. The Iron Man trilogy, I think, is okay. It's all mid except the first one's Gucci. The Iron Man trilogy, Iron Man 2 and 3 are just kind of mid. They're not fantastic, are they? Not that memorable or whatever, but the first one is. The first one is very memorable, very Gucci. It's good. The other two are mid. Like they're not bad either. They're just kind of like there. Infinity War. Infinity War is Gucci. It is definitely, I prefer it more than End Game. I prefer it more than the first Avengers. It is an amazing story, and the Russo brothers tell an amazing story from a villain's perspective. And I love how halfway through the movie you realize it is basically just from his perspective. That's what the movie is. It is a movie from the perspective of the villain. It starts off with him, it ends with him. Really well done. Let's do the Spider-Man movies in order. I'm pretty sure this is the order. We got Homecoming. Homecoming is Gucci movie. It's really good. What can I say about it? It's a great performance by Tony Stark is great in the movie. Tom Holland is showing that he can hold his own in a Marvel movie and be a great main character, and it shows, especially in the second one, which I also think is Gucci, but it's definitely better than the first one. I mean, the first one has more character to it, but the second one is still a grander, better movie that I enjoy. Mysterio is a great performance by Jake Gyllenhaal for sure. It's very fun to see a guy who is basically an asshole and Spider-Man believing he's a good person, and so he's basically acting twice, I guess. His character is acting, and Jake Gyllenhaal is a great actor, so he does it well. Spider-Man. The new Spider-Man is goated. I can't say anything about it. I won't say anything about it, except I recommend you guys go to the theater and watch that safely, of course. Be safe. But yeah, go watch that movie. I won't spoil anything if you have not seen it. Thor is a weird movie. It is mid. It's not great. The first Thor movie is okay. That's how I would say it. Mid is basically okay, a normal tier name thing. So yeah, it's okay. It's mid, but it's not that bad. Not that bad. Winter Soldier, top of Gucci. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's the Russo brothers' first film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he does a good job. They do a good job. The duo does a good job, and great tone. Great action film, but sometimes when you know what's going on and it's irritating. Watching that film multiple times, you get more irritated when you can tell what the fuck's going on, but the main characters know. And that movie, that's my main gripe with that movie. I have not seen Eternals or Shanghai. I was saying Shanghai, Shang-Chi. My bad. I apologize. I have seen Black Widow though. I went to theaters to watch Black Widow for some reason, and it's not as bad as people think. I think people have been saying online. I think it is mid. It's not Gucci or anything, but it's not that bad either. I would recommend watching it if you haven't seen it because of what people have been saying about it. I think that it's fun, and I don't know. I think Scarlett Johansson deserved her own movie, and yeah. Compared to other movies apparently in this year, I guess people didn't enjoy it as much, but I think it's some good superhero time if you want to watch it, which I guess some people don't because of how oversaturated it is sometimes. But this is my tier list. Welcome to my tier list. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace.